Welcome back. We're back with Lusa in the Great Garrison. Welcome back, Aero. We had just stormed the Great Garrison at the end of last time. Oh, what's happening? Oh, there we go. Oh, remember how I said I'd take a look at the options so I could make my selections super fast, but I'd actually forget and not do that, and then I'd have to open next stream with a bunch of menu and deciding things. That happened. Cassidy, welcome back. Abundant Smite. A number of additional times per day equal to half your mythic rank. Is that minimum of 1? I hope so. I might want to take Leading Strike for myself. Every time you hit a target in melee combat, you leave a mark on it. Any ally attacking the marked target deals additional divine damage equal to 1d6 per your mythic rank to the target, consuming the mark. So I could take it, run up to something, leave the mark, and then, well, Alusa could take it, run up to something, leave the mark, maybe a couple of times. And then I could take advantage on those. You like abilities that mark enemies? You know what? I do too, actually. Once per round, when your melee attack misses the target, you deal 2d6 plus 1d6 per 2 mythic rank sonic damage to all enemies in a 10-foot radius. That's actually the better thing to take, because I do so many attacks. A lot of these melee ones are actually huge. Indicate you. So we're in Markov. I love indicate. Extra attacks of opportunity with a bonus on the attack and damage roll equal to your mythic rank. That's incredible as well. Wounds you inflict with your natural attacks are anything but natural. They ignore all damage reduction except for... I can't take that on myself, unfortunately. I'm just going to take Abundant Smite for Sela. I'm not sure if that's great right now, but I think I want it sooner or later. Every time you're targeted by an enemy spell, you gain the ability to teleport to the spellcaster as a move action for the next 2 rounds. That's insane. I mean, Ever Ready might be nice. Effects of your spells on allies that should last longer than an hour, but shorter than 24, now last 24 hours. That's something we might take for Nenyo. Whenever you cast Mage Armor on yourself, it gives an additional armor bonus equal to your mythic rank. Abundant Casting. Oh wait, Abundant Casting. 4 more spells of first, second, and third levels each. Actually, that might be extremely good. That might be, like, actually just the best thing to take. Leaving shot. Each time you deal critical damage with your ranged weapon attack or reduce the target to 0 hit points, you deal your weapon damage to all other enemies in a 10-foot radius, obviously. Like, literally just obviously. Ranging shots. Every time you miss an enemy with a ranged weapon, your aim improves, getting a stacking +1 bonus on attack rolls against the same enemy. And bigger they are. The bigger they are, the easier they are for you to hit with your ranged weapon attacks. That should be default. Oh wait, no, it is default, because they get a size penalty to their AC, typically. Oh no, this game has Monster Hunter. Like, is that a Slayer thing? We'll take cleaving shot, obviously. They're all mythic companions, by the way. It'll be hard not for her, or for her to not get abundant spellcasting, but I will look. Powerful shadows, because she's an illusionist. I like powerful shadows. It makes your shadow spells 20% more real. No longer suffer the penalties of opposition schools of magic. That's fine. Oh, this just turns off magic. It just grants you magic immunity and dispels any spell effects on you. Actually, what? We're not taking that on her, but that's wild. I wanna take abundant casting. Apologies. It's just too good. Beneficial curse. Curses can be a blessing. You now know how to use them. You gain an additional oracle curse, but it gives you no penalties. Crazy. So, mythic levels is a thing they introduced, I think, in this adventure path, or close to it, in pen and paper. And then I think they never used it again. I think some people didn't like it, some people really, really liked it. And I think it's kind of meant to be busted. Because you're going up against, like, demon lords and stuff. In stories where it's present.
Yosh.
Aw, thank you, Isa. The Slayer archetype might be closer than what you were thinking. You're thinking about Disciple of the Pikes. Their description even calls them monster hunters. That makes sense. This ability lets you select any witch hex and grants you the ability to use the selected witch hex. You lose the ability to use the hex after choosing another hex with this ability. Just a wandering witch hex that we get to pick every day. Are any of these very good? Not really. We can give Ember a bite. Okay. And between Wandering Witch Hex and Abundant Casting, and also whatever, long-lasting casting, whatever that's called. I don't see it, so I can't pick it. Enduring spells. Give me Wandering Hex. It's more interesting. Why does she get Cure Light Wounds? Okay, now we're gonna have to pick a lot more, but we get a little break before that happens.
I'm gone.
We're heading out.
Make way. Warrior Queen coming through with a round for the heroes. Whoa, the heart is packed. And you considered nixing this little shindig, Beth?
When Anivia reaches the long table your party is gathered around, she heavily flops onto the bench and hands out the tankards of beer.
I did consider it, and I am still considering it.
Oh, no! I'm sorry, I alt-tabbed for a second.
Period of mourning for all the city's fallen. But the people deserve to celebrate, and she deserves to be honored for saving the city and possibly all of Mendov.
Sorry, we missed some. I did consider it, and I'm still considering it. It hasn't even been a week since the last demon was booted out of Canabras, and we really should be in a period of mourning for all the city's fallen. But the people deserve to celebrate, as she said. Meep meep. Hello, Meeper. How are you doing? If you want to heap more praise on me, don't hold back.
Now that's how you celebrate your achievements.
According to the Watch reports, there has been no demon activity whatsoever outside Canopus. I get the feeling the fiends are as shocked by what happened as we are. What happened in the garrison, what you did, it was a miracle. I truly believe that the gods remembered us and decided to intervene.
They made you an even sleepier Meepy. I can't believe it. I hope you're able to get some rest now. I hope you had fun, though.
Beth, come on, you agreed. No serious business today.
All right, I'm done. No more. Who would have thought we'd be celebrating a successful attack on the Grey Garrison, our own fortress, and that we'd blow the roof off the place? It's simply unforgivable.
Comes the cheerful voice of someone sitting at the far corner of the table.
While we're on the topic of the roof, there's already a rumor going around that you have been blessed by Iomade herself. And it was her power granted to you that destroyed the garrison's walls and roof. And it turns out the people want a little piece of that blessing for themselves. The townsfolk are gathering chunks of the garrison's rubble as souvenirs and talismans. And I'm sure they'll hit the black market soon enough. Oh, yeah. Here, read on this for me. For good luck.
Absolutely. As a Desna, I can, like, gripe on her for wanting to do a lucky thing.
Nice. I'll put it on display at home. Maybe I'll make a hole in it and wear it as a pendant.
I'm starting to feel like maybe that's not entirely sincere.
Nevi! What are you on about now?
What do you mean? Do you see many people at this table
Oh,
who've been personally
why?
blessed by Iomade herself?
Oh no, what happened to me? Give me a second. Wait a minute.
Yosh.
What's going on here? Oh no. This is the weirdest thing I've ever seen happen. Specifically when the game is in focus, I'm paralyzed. Give me 1 second. Okay. I unpaused for YouTube. I'm missing. I might come back after this. Who knows?
Well, a couple perhaps.
This is the same mirthful voice that joined in before.
Iomede's blessings are not conveyed through stones, and as public officials, we really shouldn't.
Arabeth looks to the end of the table where the voice originated, and her eyes widen as her words trail off.
I feel a little chastened after what you said about public officials, but I myself have acquired a few pieces of stone and also wish to ask our heroine to breathe on them for good luck. So, what now? Are you going to toss me out of this fine establishment?
It's Queen Galfrey herself. The woman dressed in unshowy finery raises her eyebrows.
Your Majesty.
Yes, it is I. I made the journey here to deduct the cost of repairing the garrison roof from your salary. We have not been introduced. Galfrey of Mendev.
We can immediately flirt with the queen. Do not move. The queen has graced us with her presence. No, I'm not going to simp for the queen immediately. I'm very concerned, actually. I'm seeing lag on OBS. I'm going to shake her hand because I think that's funny.
I was most keen to see the savior of Canobras with my own eyes. Why not come share your table in a cozy tavern?
Your Majesty, we were just... I'll have them arrange.
Aw, Arabeth, finally recovering from the shock, bolts to her feet.
Calm yourself, Commander. I deliberately came here without any fanfare because I did not wish to draw attention away from our honored heroine here. My personal guard and the force I brought with me are standing watch outside the city. I ordered all of your sentries to stand down. They also deserve a break. Every person who tirelessly fought to save Canobras will enjoy themselves today, and my reinforcements will ensure peace and order.
Will you join our celebration, Your Majesty?
Please, don't Your Majesty me. We are in a tavern, not my court in Nerosian. Address me as you would any comrade in arms. Concerning the celebration, as you can see, I already invited myself. I couldn't pass up the chance to meet the new heroine all the Crusaders are talking about. And soon, not just Crusaders.
Yeah, we all need to get some rest.
Because grand new deeds lie ahead, yes?
Your Majesty, my dear cousin.
Count, I admit I was surprised to learn that you valiantly joined the ranks of the city's defenders. Pleasantly surprised.
I live to please you, my queen.
I'm so sure.
Skari cruelly robbed us of noble Terendelev, and half of Canobras' crusaders in one fell swoop was of you, my queen, and of how these events would weigh heavily on you. No one could have foreseen the demon attack, and we have so successfully held the defense here for 4 heroic crusades.
I'm going to drown him in the nearest well this very night.
Sorry, I was making eyebrows no one can see.
I value your dedication and your eloquence. I hope you will continue to aid our soldiers.
Not a chance. You know that I am not made for the front lines.
I love Erebus so much.
But alas, I really must go. Important matters to be getting on with. A new shipment of wine from Keonan and 3 beautiful creatures of the same provenance. But I will most assuredly come to say my farewells before your army departs on its campaign, which, wherever it may lead you, will undoubtedly be crowned with victory.
Aww. He's so sweet right when he's leaving. You too. That's you every time Camellia speaks? What, that you love her?
I shall hold you to that count. And now allow me to devote some time to the heroine of the evening. I did not come here solely to give you the chance to celebrate. But all serious discussions and
Lord, no.
announcements can wait
The well
until
thing.
tomorrow. I have big, big plans for all of you.
That makes more sense.
Especially for you. But I want to keep you in suspense for a little while longer. So I shan't say another word. Let us mark this victory. My first toast is to you, the heroine of Canabris.
Oh, she doesn't say now, what are we drinking? I was waiting for her to fully voice it. You want to shove the queen in a well?
The fires of Canabris have died down. Now the army's path leads to the walls of Dresden, a fallen citadel that the Crusaders have been trying in vain to reclaim for 70 years.
How much backstory of her did you read?
Might give their efforts some added momentum.
The queen seems fine. Even though she is a bit, how do you do, fellow kids? I've got, she seems fine on a personal level, but... She drinks insanely expensive youth potions to extend her life. Yeah, that's questionable.
Rise, warriors. Today is a day of sorrow and pride. Sorrow because we weep for our brothers and
She's
sisters
hundreds
who
of years
perished
old.
in Canabris. Pride because despite demonic treachery, our heroes repelled the attack and saved the city.
She's a fake lich, exactly.
I, Queen Golfrey of Mendev, declare this day the first day of the Fifth Crusade. And I am glad to introduce the one who will lead the attack on the forces of the Abyss. The hero of Canabris, Knight Commander of the Fifth Crusade.
It is
Your
very funny,
leader
just...
from now unto victory.
She would have to
or
bend
death.
down to hit me in the head. If she wanted to pat me, she would have to take a knee.
Everyone is dismissed. There. The troop review is finished. I'll give you some time to look around the camp, and then I shall expect your presence at headquarters.
Commander, please allow me to join you while you inspect our encampment. Saving? Game auto-saved? Game has saved. Oh, we might have failed a thing. We missed notes for a storyteller. We missed hidden notes in the Grey Garrison. You were today years old when you found out this game has quick saves. It's got quick saves, but they're in their own auto-save slot. Oh, you got quick save slots, you've also got hard save slots, you've also got automatic save slots, so it doesn't fill you up with a bunch of auto-saves. We'll save here. Again, I'm sorry for making this technical difficulty stream, but I'm going to close this and see if I can fix things. I have unpaused the recording. We're fully back, we're fully operational. You're struggling a bit with choice paralysis. You're trying to shut your brain off and just do things. That's fair. Remember, you can always respec in this. I can't remember how much or if there's a cost associated with it. The old elf smiles when he hears your footsteps. Allow me to congratulate you on your victory, and on acquiring mythical powers capable of casting down the strongest demons. Hi, sorry I didn't find your notes. Did you decide to join the crusade? I have decided not to, I'm afraid. My path and the path of the crusade lead in the same direction, but alas, they are not yet one and the same. After the demons were driven away from Canabris, The path into the world wound became open, if only temporarily. I'm planning on using this opportunity to visit the elf falls silent. It doesn't matter now. I'd hate to bore you with the details of my venture, which may prove useless even for myself. However, I'll try to return to the Crusaders and aid them in their confrontation with the demons after I'm done. I hope to meet you again in this world rather than the next. I don't know. The problem with the mercenaries is they don't have like personalities attached. But yeah, I see what you're saying. If you just like building characters, which I also really like building characters. I guess if it's for someone with 800 plus hours, you're probably sick of all the characters by that point anyway. We're not allowed to ride our mount inside, so we're going to be just... I guess we're not as slow as I was afraid of. You're only on your second run. And you test builds for mercs. Fair enough. Ah, there you are, you dashing troublemaker, you. Darren flashes you a self-satisfied smile. Our short acquaintance is coming to an end. Very soon you will depart on your crusade, where you'll scrape by on horrible rations, struggle vainly to fall asleep amid snoring soldiers, be rudely awoken by the freezing cold, and have to look upon the dour faces of self-righteous prigs before you finally perish in the maw of some demon. I have a journey ahead of me too. I've just rented a sailboat in the south. I've also hired an excellent chef, and a host of other entertainments. Well, to each their own, I suppose. Darren pauses, then suddenly adds in a more serious voice. You know, I am genuinely sad to see you go. If it sounds like mockery, forgive me. I cannot switch off my venom gland on a whim, you see, but you intrigue me. If only we could have spent a little more time together, but of course, Darren grimaces. Not under these conditions. Let the Crusaders and the demons have at each other. With any luck, they'll take this entire sanctimonious spectacle down with them. Ground Fur is fun because you can put shield or any personal spell under it, and that sounds fun. You feel you don't belong here, go. But I'd like to see you again someday in the future. You get to know you better. You can throw a banquet for me to celebrate our victory in Dresden. What do you say? Victory in Dresden? Your optimism is so charming. Darren smirks, then seems to start slightly. He continues in a more even tone. Well, should you prove lucky enough to survive by some miracle, come and find me. Perhaps I shall even remember you. No promises, though. In any case, I intend to wait until the army departs. I do love a good send-off, especially when it is I who is staying and someone else who is heading off to meet a dreary and hopeless end. Sometimes it does one good to ruminate on the unfairness of life. Well then, farewell, Commander. I assume I shall be your most precious memory on these most disgusting and exhausting road to the pointless slaughter of battle. Or, if not the most precious memory, then at least the most stirring. Darren smirks before instantly losing all interest in you. Or at least he pretends to. What a guy. I admit, I don't hate him. I don't only hate him. This is the supply train, and this is our quartermaster, Will Sir Garms. I was worried about missing it, and I did. Go to him for supplies. Yeah, I could have figured that out. I love this man. The burly soldier with an impressive beard greets you with a broad smile. Will Sir Garms, the camp quartermaster at your service. How may I be of help? What do the soldiers think of their new commander? They mostly tell stories about your unusual power, but they don't shy away from talking about you as a person, too. Soldiers are always like that. If Iomade herself descended from heaven, you bet they'd jabber on about how she grips her sword and how good she looks in her armor. Darren got one of those sad stories. Oh, yeah. We've uncovered a bit of Darren's story as well. Also, I have played a bunch of this game. I'm trying not to talk too much about stuff that hasn't been revealed, but we do at least know what happened up at his family home. General impression about you is you're a tough fighter, a true warrior. That's the best kind of commander. One who knows the weight of a blade in a long fight. There's a couple of characters who give you like different dialogue based on your class, and this is one of them. Show me what you got. Taking notes for your next deck. What kind of notes? Weight of a blade in a long fight. The best commander. Oh, gotcha. Did Aiba dominate all rounds of Magic? No. Just the first one, and then Cass dominated the second game. You did absolutely nothing in the second game? Nuh-uh, that's not true. You drained the rest of us for 4 life. Those are gloves of dueling. Oh, yeah. My girlfriend's doing a damp here, and I was watching her play. I got to see her talking to that guy. Technically, you killed Dorothy, but not really. You're pretty dominant in the first one. Everyone was terrified of you. Well, I mean... Dorothy was pretty scared of you, but she's scared of everyone. Hoping there's more like that later on. I hope so. I started a character like that who was a kineticist actually years ago. And I kind of dropped it because I was getting a little too bummed out by a more evil kind of playthrough. But I've been thinking about playing it again since I started playing on stream. 2 of my partners started playing, and I wanted to have a save to play with them, kinda. That I wouldn't mind playing off stream. A +2 Radiant Longspear. When it confirms a critical hit, it pierces the enemy. Most of these aren't very good, but sometimes you find something perfect for you. Jinx, whenever this +2 Cold Iron Falchion lands a hit on a creature that's under a Hex effect, it deals additional damage. I've always got Hex effects going. I might want an Amulet of Mighty Fist, actually. Amulet of Jousting, what's that do? When the wearer declares a knight's challenge, they gain a +3 damage bonus against the challenged enemy. Your favorite weapon ability is a crossbow that, when crits auto confirms. Gotcha. That makes sense. Did they add a bunch of Sawtooth Sabers at some point? I feel like I never saw these before, but just on this playthrough, I see them in every shop. Pretty sure they were added later. That would make sense. Well, Jiff. what the queen does to people who keep her waiting? I don't, but better not find out. It's Jurno. You remember me? I'm Jurno. We spoke in Defender's Heart. You're the commander of the Crusade now? Eris still knows it's hard to imagine someone worthy of taking up the post than the savior of Canabras. May the good gods help you prevail. You've seen them on your first playthrough, no DLC? I mean, I don't have any DLC either. But my last playthroughs were literal years ago. Who are you? What were you doing there? Have you joined the Crusade? More normal question. Don't take it amiss, but no, I haven't. I have my own task. I'm needed in Chili Creek, a tiny hamlet which, due to some oversight, has been left without a priest for these many years. I'm about to set sail for there, making my journey along Old Man Sullen. We've asked him these questions in the Defender Heart, so we don't have to now.
We do it my way.
You should buy you all $70 in DLC. You should not do that. These are the Knights of Canabras, all that's left of the orders that were billeted in the city. I guess we've examined the whole campsite now. Appleton. We outfitted this tent to be used as our chapel. Even the less pious crusaders will come here to say their prayers when the final battle is upon us. I've seen it happen in my previous campaigns. We got Torag, Serenre, Desna. This place has been sanctified. It's got a scale. It might be, if it is specific, it might be to, Abadar and Iomade. Aristil. Very cozy. It's the field hospital. Alas, the clerics of Canabras suffered especially heavy losses, so we're in desperate need of healers. Book. Visali Rathamus. We talked to you in the Defender's Heart too. Amelia. Aristil is chill. You like a bow paladin of Aristil? I like Aristil a lot. I like a deity who just encourages like a nice subsistence life. It's Grandma Gretlin, the director. Well, just old dwarf is lecturing a motley company, shaking her ladle at them belligerently. Noticing you, she flings up her hands. Good afternoon, your commanderness. Do you remember us? We're the crew from the next door theater company, the one you saved in Canabras, back when you weren't your commanderness yet. As you can see, we've come on the campaign with you. We signed up to clean pots and mend the soldiers' clothes. Keeping up a theater is expensive, so we all have to take side jobs, but we don't stop what we're doing. We're going to put on a play about your legendary feats. Of course, the crowd scenes are difficult. We can't find people to play the hordes of demons, and we decided against using a ritual to summon real demons. Luckily, we have Master Kem. He's invented a way to solve this problem using sound. Kem, the Sound Master. We caught a pig and some piglets, who ran away from a burned-out village. The glum and husky half-orc mumbles softly. We put the piglets in a box and scare them a little, and they sound... The sound they make is just like an approaching demon horde. But the most important question is, of course, choosing the lead actor who will play the great Knight Commander. We had to write Barney over it, breaking a number of lances, as well as shovel, a rolling pin, and a set of back scratchers, but we just couldn't decide no matter what. Maybe you can help us? We have two candidates that are most suited to the role. One will have the honor of conveying your heroism upon the stage, Commander. This angry half-orc lady is going to play me. Oh, look, you made Makia blush. She just loves gnomes and halflings. She always regrets she wasn't born little. Why not allow the actress to live out her dream, at least on stage? Of course, the mean tongues might whisper that she only got the lead role because she's our second master's betrothed, but that's a lie. It's about the dream and the talent. A Cyclops actor? He's completely tame, believe me. He has a few issues with articulation, but what a powerful physique. We'll make him a nice costume, wash him up, brush his hair. Truth be told, in our show, you mainly just make short heroic exclamations at the fateful moment like, "Onward!" or "We'll never give up!" or "My heart burns with courage." Lambkin can definitely handle the script. Alright. I'll be played by Makia, the half-orc. Wonderful. Sorry we took you away from all the important things heroes and commanders do. We're off to rehearsal. I mean, first we'll wash some pots, and then we're off to rehearsal. Let's go, you lazy lumps. Don't embarrass old grandma now. Your hole was too effective. The whole spell is broken. It used to be more so. When this game launched, there was a bug where it was in real time, even if everything else was turn-based. The creatures in the hole would just keep making saves trying to get out and just die as you were just taking your turn. You put a pit in a choke point and you're confused why combat hadn't ended. The spell ended it and the enemies all popped out. Yeah. Ninyo's hole is actually unbelievable. Oh, these are the fighters of the Eagle Watch. I personally chose every one that's standing here, and I'm ready to vouch for each of them. Literally. And just wait till she figures out how to add teeth to it. How'd you know it was hers? Well, I know you're not a wizard. This is mine and Anivia's tent. We're both used to traveling, but the Queen insisted our tent had to be furnished like a commanding officer's. Can I steal your half-plate? It's a half-plate of Vigor. +2 half-plate, which grants its wearer +2 enhancement bonus to Constitution. This massive bed is clean and neatly made. Only commanding officers are allowed such luxury during the marches. Okay, I'll go in the commander's tent. Nice to meet you too, Saciel. You didn't pop open a dialogue box, so I assume neither of you are important. Queen greets you with a stare. She has dropped the pompous air with which she just announced the 5th Crusade. The face of the ruler of Mendev appears calm and thoughtful. She has made her move, and now awaits her opponent's reply.
Commander, I'm satisfied with the troop review, but I do not expect they will be sufficient for the task. You will have to prove yourself a shrewd leader and hire the necessary troops with the provided funds.
Yeah, I will have to do that, won't I?
I've chosen a target for your campaign, and that target is Dresden, our lost outpost within the World Wound. The Sword of Valor was kept there, a banner that was once carried by Iomade herself. Our greatest relic was lost when the city fell. I should make one thing clear from the start. The Sword of Valor is no mere symbol, but a powerful weapon against demons. The holiness of the banner weakens them and robs them of one of their most dangerous abilities, teleportation. A forced march to Dresden awaits you. The Sword of Valor is kept somewhere within the Citadel. The demons probably think it's a hunting trophy. Its recovery is just as important as retaking the city itself. I hope the task is clear. I'm sending 2 specialists to help you, along with the soldiers. A historian, Nura Denduar, and a cleric, Soziel Vainik.
What's my opinion on Wenduog and Vorinclex? You mean on them being the same character? I don't know too much about Vorinclex's backstory, but the Phyrexian craters effectively represent the aspects of their color, but the most negative aspects, right? So Vorinclex is pure hunger, brutality, and primal instinct, right? I think that characterizes Wenduog. The queen nods to the human man and the young halfling woman standing next to her. Oh, sorry, I didn't even notice Nura.
One of the famous inquisitors of the Church of Iomade also wants to talk to you. The Honorable Leota, whom everyone calls Hawkblade.
I do not wish to keep you, Commander. The matter I must discuss with you is extremely important, but it is not directly related to the Crusade. You no doubt wish to meet your new comrades and speak with Her Majesty. Therefore, I shall leave you now, but I ask that you seek me out in the camp at your earliest convenience.
Now you can't unthink of Vorinclex as a dog. I'm sorry, but he kind of sounds like a dog.
Hi! Listen, it's amazing here. It's like I'm in a ballad. There's knights in shining armor, deadly dangers, glorious feats. We are going to show those demons. I'm so tired of sitting in a library reading books about history. It's time I took part in it.
She's so
I'm glad to help
delightful.
our cause, Commander. If you have some time later, I'd like to speak with you further.
You'll have plenty of time to talk. You're the Knight Commander's people now, her trusted advisors and companions. Now then, will you please leave us? Irabeth, you can go too.
Terrifying. We met at the Defender's Heart. I never imagined you'd make me the commander of the new crusade.
Some actions may be deemed bold, or even extreme, and beyond those, there are some you might call the Queen's last resort. I am not a simple monarch. I am at war with the Abyss, a war which has lasted over 100 years. I cannot allow myself the luxury of caution. In you, I see a chance, and I am willing to stake everything on it.
You can't even see me. You can kind of maybe see a little bit of my hair or my arm sticking out from under the table.
However, you cannot blame me for putting you in charge of the crusade. I only formalized what had already happened in the hearts and minds of many. People spoke of the power that descended upon you and helped you save the Wardstones from corruption and total destruction. Word of this feat quickly spread far beyond the borders of Mendev. There was no other person who could better fit the role of Knight Commander of the Fifth Crusade.
Did you know the souls of angels from heaven were combined in the Wardstone?
I had guessed as much. Many angels fought alongside us in the First Crusade. Heaven was unable to mobilize its full might to aid us, but individual celestials volunteered to fight for our cause. Then one day, they all vanished, saying that they were setting off on an important mission. Not long after, Iomede's herald erected the first Wardstone in Kenobris, and then the others in cities across Mendev. Even back then, I had nagging doubts, but my faith in Iomade easily assuaged them. It is for us to serve the goddess after all, not to question her works. Nevertheless, I am pleased that you solved the mystery of the Wardstone in Kenobris and were able to save this gift of Iomade. It was a deed worthy of a Knight Commander of the Fifth Crusade.
Oh, and what are you gonna do?
Overlook lacking a spot of insubordination just at the moment. However, I shall answer you. I shall prepare the defenses at Nerosia
Spoilers.
and all the other border cities and plan
Yeah,
the future
spoilers.
of the Fifth Crusade. Does that satisfy your curiosity, Knight Commander?
Prepare defenses at Nerosian and what other border cities. Very important, very important. Actually, you should be with us.
I hear a polite attempt to appeal to the conscience of an old sovereign. I don't know if you realize what you're suggesting. If our enemies in the depths of the wound were to discover that I was with your army, they would immediately send their most vicious demons to attack. They would stop at nothing to be rid of me, and thereby sow chaos across Mendev.
I mean, to be fair, I was the one who spoiled. It was my character who talked about the angels and the ward stones.
But you are right. I shouldn't be sitting it out in the rear. I am a warrior queen and a queen of warriors. Yet my fighters have forgotten what I look like. Fine.
That was so easy.
I shall join the crusade, but on my own terms. First, I shall assemble my entourage and lead the parade out of the camp. I shall catch up with you later, along with a few hand-picked bodyguards. We'll change our armor,
I know.
and I'll become a knight of a minor order and join the troops incognito. Until we approach Dresden, no one should know I am among you. But before we storm the city, I shall show myself to the troops and join the battle. Let it be a surprise for the demons. I hope you won't complain of my company on the road, Commander, since you were the one who insisted upon it. Do you have any other questions?
The task is clear.
Splendid. Ah, yes. We have one final matter to attend to. It should be rather enjoyable. Count, there you are. You received my instruction?
I did, though I did not have time to read the thing before I was dragged before your majesty. In truth, I was readying myself to depart.
No matter. I trust you will forgive your sovereign for the rather brusque summons, especially when you learn what prompted it. As you are aware, she has recently been appointed my Knight Commander of the Fifth Crusade. I spent a long while pondering whom to appoint to the highly sensitive post of Commander's Field Attaché and Advisor Plenipotentiary without portfolio. Congratulations, Count.
Whoa, that's a very prestigious position.
It is a great honor, I suppose.
Theron's cool expression wavers, but he seems not to be fully cognizant of what is happening. Or is holding himself tightly in check. What a wonderful gesture, Your Majesty. I imagine our dear Count would have been inconsolable if you hadn't given him this chance to serve the common cause.
I knew you would approve, Commander.
The Queen bestows a smile on you, then brings her gaze to rest upon Daeron once more.
I had my doubts about whether you were ready for such a responsibility, Count. But your conduct in Kenobris has put my mind at ease. So, you will travel with the troops to Dresden. Only the commander may remove you from your post. But I trust that you will dutifully fulfill her orders and make a good showing of yourself. Especially since word of your appointment, Count, will reach the court at any moment. All of Mendev's nobility will be following your successes in service to the nation, including all of your devoted admirers. I even heard that one bard with whom you are particularly friendly has already
Thank you for the stretch.
composing a ballad to honor your heroic participation in the crusade and your faithful service to the commander here.
Your largesse truly knows no bounds, dear cousin. I am most gratified by the honor you have shown me.
Aw. The Count offers a bow, either as a sign of respect or in order to hide his flushed face. Only the barest quaver can be heard in his voice.
Then let's get going. May Ayomade help us.
Okay. There may or may not still be more. Unfortunately, I do have to take a quick break to get some ads out of the way, so I'm going to go ahead and do that now. I was going to say, by the way, I mean, yeah, forced conscription sucks, but if anyone deserves it, it's definitely him. All right, I'll be back in just a few minutes. Welcome back. Here I am. I didn't find the location of the recruits for Neurosia. I wasn't paying super close attention. I apologize. Welcome back, Gairo. Welcome back, Cassidy. So glad you're back. You're free at last. You're free at last. They locked you in the math trivia chamber. I'm so sorry. I'm stealing all the valuables for myself. The commander's chest. Peridot? That's that character you like? I really like Peridot. To get your hands on the commander's chest? Really? Lapis is your fave, though. I think Lapis was a character that helped me gender. Legitimately. Anivia sweeps an inquisitive glance over you. So tell me straight, how'd that brawl at the Grey Garrison end? I heard the rumors, of course. That's kind of my job, you know, to listen. You got no idea what cobblers and crusaders say about you. Some say that Ayamade came to you and appointed you her herald. Others say that you died and an honest-to-God's angel is now leading the army disguised as you. Still others say it was just an explosion at the alchemist lab. And I'm the one spreading rumors about your powers. I wish. Lapis and Peridot would be your favorite fusion. They just fuse to like binge watch not sitcoms, but TV dramas together. But you know, you really have changed since the Grey Garrison. It's hard to describe, but you become kinda... Anivia waves her hand trying to find the word. More dangerous? Yeah, exactly. More dangerous. I have a gut instinct about these things. If I didn't, I'd already be dead. You're dangerous, Commander, and by Desna, I hope you'll be dangerous to our enemies, but not to us. Or to yourself. Dimas, you're cute. Also, hi. I like Lapis too, but you don't remember anything about their story? I do. Surprise. Okay, it's only 2 people, but we still have to M. Hope you're all having a fantastic day. I'm having a pretty good day. I got to play fun games with a large portion of my beautiful partners. So I was very lucky today. Just get a second Oracle mystery. You get extra class skills, as well as spells. What do you get? boundless healing. Whenever you cast a Cure Wounds spell or another healing spell, it becomes Reach, as though using the Reach spell feat. Additionally, the amount of hit points it now restores depends entirely on your caster level and disregards any limits to the original spell. That's probably what I'm going to take, to be honest. It is what I'm going to take. Almost messed up there. Call you a fisher, because your day is pretty good for sure. Delightful. Did I almost mess up? No, I was never going to say that it was with all of my partners. I would never. This one... This is Camellia. I can pay attention to who I pick. You could maybe also take Abundant Casting. Might just take... Is this Camellia? Where's the extra hexes one? It is Camellia. He's got hexes. Because she's not a witch. Cruel. Common prejudice. She can take a second spirit, though. $100 is still a pretty good price for an entire helicopter, that's true. You're just at the airfield for an event they were doing. It was really cool. Didn't get to do a helicopter ride, though, because they were like $100 each. And then family wanted to leave soon after. Oh, I'm sorry you didn't get to go on a helicopter. I'm glad you got to go out, though. Poisons and diseases ignore immunities. That's crazy. You can have Abundant Casting. Which, it occurs to me, I am going to have to do something else kind of boring. Also, hi, Sauciel. You're in my party list now. We've got casters. Some of them are prepared casters. We have to prepare spells for our prepared casters. This is a cleric. Just a normal vanilla cleric. Who is good domain and luck domain. Yeah, but like for an entire helicopter. That's an even better deal than the Pepsi guy got. I remember I've built this guy before for summons, and I can't remember why. You don't need to prepare? Oh my gosh, look at all the slots. This is ridiculous. Why not? Why not cure wounds? Mm, 10 minutes level. Well, hey, that's an hour now. That's almost an hour. Here, I will not take too long on this. You actually agree that $100 for a ride is too expensive? Yeah. I would probably also opt out of that. We can actually start putting blur on people more often. Really a ridiculous number of holes. Volgif is a Scorching Ray turret now. No, you can have blur, actually. You can even have... Wait, is this a touch attack? It is! You can have some additional touch attack spells. Okay, now we can move again, I swear. Should you be wary of over-resting? I don't know how the corruption mechanic plays out because I rest as little as possible because time does pass. However, shoot. Okay, so I know there's one event in Canabras. I know there's one event in Canabras where the situation changes in negative ways if you take too long to get there. And I think there's some other time-based events as well. I have been a little cautious about it personally, but I might personally be overcautious. Because I know in Kingmaker, I was got by time moving a few times, and I was forever...
I'm gone.
fearful ever since. I dressed twice already in the maze. The mongrels are way too strong. Which difficulty are you playing on? What is this thing doing in our camp? It's the Prestidigitapainter Golem. What are you talking about? They're a delight. Core? Core. Core is really hard. I was doing my first run on kind of like a half core. They're hardcore. You've been playing Pathfinder forever. You know what? That's fair. I kind of... Okay, so the difficulty I played on at first was anything that... Things like enemies being weaker, I left that at normal. But things where like, oh, when an enemy crits, we'll actually not roll max damage. I was like, no, give me the raw dice. I'm going to be playing Pathfinder for real. The thing is, I told myself later, which I have been playing the game like that. I've died a lot. In an actual game of Pathfinder, the GM will fudge for you. That's what I do when I'm running games for people. If you could fully customize all of your characters, okay, that's true. It wouldn't be an issue. There is the mercenaries, of course, but you already knew that. You love fudging? I do it reflexively. I will lie to a group of my friends and to our lovers without even thinking about it. If I'm able to. I've been struggling a decent amount on normal. That's very fair too. Sheila kept going down, and so you looked at her con score and nearly wept. Hey, Commander, how can I help? There is so much I can do. Just ask. Nura looks at you with eyes filled with enthusiasm. She's holding a notebook and a traveler's inkwell. You've probably heard about the wound I have, the one that sometimes opens on my chest. Can you perhaps tell me if it is some kind of demonic curse? Yes, indeed. I've been told of your affliction. Here appears at the center of your chest. Can you will the wound to open? No? That's a shame. What can you tell me about it? Well, it's difficult to say. I know of blades that can leave never-healing cuts, of poisons that stop wounds from healing. I've heard of witches' curses that are rewarded with eternal wounds. But wounds that seem to reopen and heal over and over? You know of any other cases like this? Let's think. In 4671, a Mendevian army corporal had all his bones and cartilage turned to glass. In 4700, a scribe in Canabras had all our skin simply come away. And in 4638, oh, you don't happen to have insects crawling over you? Locusts? No? Rats, perhaps? I wish. Too bad. Nora looks at you with genuine regret. You think it's dangerous? It most likely is dangerous, but you're under the protection of Iomade, Commander. She granted you mythic power, as they say. Surely the Inheritor would not leave you to face this alone. Have you perhaps noticed that the wound opens at moments when you waver at your faith? Perhaps it is triggered by doubt. Frowning, Nura looks at you with sincere concern. I'm sorry I couldn't tell you anything useful. I'll be sure to study this matter and consult a few of my encyclopedias. Tell me about yourself. Oh my, I could tell you so many amazing things, and you choose the most boring one of all. But alright, about myself then. How'd you come to serve Queen Galfrey? I was a slave under Lord Axelar Tresbot in Isgir, my homeland. Oh, what a man he was. He towered over his fellows like a rock over a garbage heap. A true hero. He bought me as a simple secretary, but he made me learn the history of the Whirlwound. All of it. One volume after another. He hired tutors for me, even sent me to meet prominent historians. He didn't want a simple slave, but a slave with an impeccable education. What a way to describe someone. A rock towering over a garbage heap. Lord Tresbot was going on a crusade. He firmly believed that the servants of the good gods were weak, and only a follower of Asmodeus could stand against the demon invasion. He took me along as a secretary, a historian, and most importantly, he entrusted me with recording his glorious story for future generations. In his crusade, Lord Tresbot performed many brave feats, but even he could not stand against the world wound alone. In his final battle with the demons, when my lord realized he was doomed, his final act was to cover my retreat, so I could tell the world of his great deeds. Some people have said that what he did was not heroic, just an that what he did was not heroic, just an arrogant moron puffing himself up one last time. But I say curse their tongues. My difficult journey ended in Mendev, where I found my freedom. There I published Lord Tresbot's biography, and I don't want to boast, but who am I kidding? Of course I do. The book sold in great numbers and made me rather famous for a time. That's what brought me to the Queen's attention. She invited me to her court. After all, she was curious about my deceased lord, and she was in great need of an expert on the history of the world wound. I hope you'll find me useful as well. I am not going to ask her if she'll write a book about my crusade. Well, thank you for your answers. I have to go. I'm going to steal your stuff. But only the valuable stuff. I'm going to put this all in my chest later. But without a shadow of doubt, expecting nothing in return, the life and feats of Lord Alexar Tresbot by Nura Dundawar. Dundawar, even. That's her book. She wrote it. What is this? Hylor and the Secrets of the Needle Glens. I thought that was something else for a second. I've been playing on normal also, and some parts have been easy, others definitely not. It's true.
I'm off. There's something here.
There's moments where it gets pretty intense. And honestly, sometimes it comes down to how cheesy you are with it. Ah, girl, there you are. Very good. Just in time. You'll be delighted to know that I need you for an experiment. So, the Grey Garrison stands roofless. Demons are running for the hills with their tails between their legs. And Mindev's queen, what's her name? It's on the tip of my... Galfrey. Is scurrying to and fro, and all this is somehow connected to you, my loyal follower. Thus far, there is no scientific evidence of your exceptionality, if one discounts blind faith and divine intervention, which I do. The mission is so long, you're dying. I know. I was curious if that's where you were with the hole. But yeah, especially if you're using holes. And they're just like sitting there. It's a good way to do it, but golly. In lots of tense, as we see here. So much of this game is intense. We, people of science, refuse to believe in the inexplicable without any proof. We are the ones who explain the inexplicable. Ninyo punctuates her statement with an energetic sweep of her arm. And therefore, open your mouth and say ah for me. Yes, I will. Ninyo peers into her mouth with a practiced eye. Alright, your throat's fine, tongue looks perfectly normal, your breath. The smell is in line with the regular functioning of the digestive system. Now for your teeth. She sticks one hand in your mouth and probes each of your teeth in turn with the skill of a seasoned dentist. Oh, singular, you only had one? No detectable alterations. By the way, did you know that many individuals, while being wholly civilized representatives of their races, still have an amazingly powerful bite? Of course. As if suddenly recalling something, Ninyo promptly pulls her hand out of your mouth. Are you really trying to find a correlation between fang length and civility? I said, full of venom. Ninyo seems slightly embarrassed. For the good of science, I look for correlations everywhere, and in everything. How can you prove there's no correlation if you don't bother to look for one? So, you know, if someone gets on my nerves, I can bite hard enough too. Can you? We definitely must test that someday, but not today. Now we're conducting an experiment of a different kind. Maw inspection? Yes, very good. Ah. Moving on. Alright, what do we have next? Ears! Let's check your hearing. Testing! Ninyo yells right in your ear and nods in satisfaction as she observes your reaction. Your hearing is fine, was fine, but don't worry, it's scientifically proven it should return to normal soon. Next, Ninyo circles you. Eyes are clear, posture is satisfactory, limb length is standard, no lice. She stops, rubs her chin in contemplation, and, in a slightly dejected tone, says, Girl, you are the picture of health. It's a pity. I was expecting to find some anomaly. But now let's assess your mental state. Imagine a hypothetical situation. You are a tree, 2 squirrels have found their way into your hollow, and are now copulating there. What do you do? I'll maintain my senses as a tree in this circumstance, even though the correct answer is I'll do nothing because I'm a tree. I'll let them. Why should I care? An unconscious act of good, allowing 2 lesser creatures to procreate while protecting them during this crucially important process. What do you do, Allie? I'm a tree. That's normal. On to the next question. Another hypothetical situation. You are a tomato. You have just been picked from the vegetable patch and put into a crate. You know that today the cook will use half of the tomatoes from your crate to make soup. What do you do? There's nothing I can do. I'm a tomato, remember? No, I don't know. I maintain my sense of self. Tree, that's normal. Thank you, Cassidy. If I'm gonna be eaten, then there's not much I can do. That's the fate of a tomato. An unconscious act of submitting to the unspoken rules and laws underpinning the functioning of the universe. Yes, it's all quite clear to me. Angelic self-sacrifice in the face of certain death and angelic concern for lesser creatures. You certainly have something of an angel in you. No, I'm an exotic. Get out of here. On that note, I deem this experiment complete. Thank you for your participation. Inyo looks at you pensively and then gestures at you with a wide sweep of her arm. And yet you remain a puzzle to me. I love puzzles. One of these days I will solve you completely. Unless I forget. Now, I have time to answer your questions. Come on, ask away. I don't want you in my party anymore. I would never. I'd like to clarify a few things about your new task. Never mind.
Interesting.
Secret loot. Chain shirt barding, leather barding. You shouldn't have. Rope, very important.
I do what I must.
Oh, we can actually talk to people now. There are 2 wolves inside of you. Actually, it's too rude, and my lawyer has advised me not to discuss what they're doing in there. Dog armor. What do you think happened in the Grey Garrison? Did you feel a change in yourself? It's hard not to notice when the demons start running away from you like a flock of frightened bats. Powers granted by Aomade to defeat demons. Man raises his hand above his head and pensively scratches behind his single horn. Since I was a kid, I have taken whatever I've been given and used it as best I can. Anything goes when you're trying to survive. It doesn't matter where your blessings come from. We can think about that when we're old, if we live that long. But you know, this time even I'm not so sure. A divine power that just appears out of nowhere? Sooner or later, we'll have to pay for it. I'd like to know what the price would be. Mitchie, hello. How are you doing?
I'm gone.
Oh, hello. It's the Hound Hearts.
Hello. So, what do you reckon about everything that's come crashing down on us? All the responsibility, command, this
Got home from the gym. Very nice.
power.
I haven't figured it out yet. We'll see what happens next.
Watching and waiting is a good strategy. Probably. I'm still frightened by what happened in the Grey Garrison. Were we really chosen? By Iomade herself? You know, back when I was a snot-nosed kid who just started down the path to becoming a paladin, I imagined once or twice that I was going to do something heroic. The lights would shine down on me, the trumpets would sing, I'd hear the voice of the goddess, or at least her herald, you know? I'd be informed that I had been chosen for a great cause. But that's the point where my imagination always failed me. Somehow, it really happened. Without all the trumpets or the herald or even anyone explaining what I had to do. Though it's clear as day, my place is here, in this demon-ridden wound. Quite a lovely war going on, in fact. Endless, I hear. I'm gonna need some time to wrap my head around this. Spare me an hour and I'll crawl into some dark corner and whine about my hard lot. What can I tell you? I cry easily.
Oh. Okay.
We do it my way.
I was literally about to say, unless I see Darren like right across the corner, I'll actually leave and get on with the game. There you are. How do you like your new role, advisor? You also enjoy poking me with that stick, don't you? Imagine it, me, a crusader. If my dearest cousin hoped to teach me a lesson, she managed it perfectly. An assignment I couldn't avoid without losing face. This idiotic journey leading straight into the demon's maws. I could have been on a pleasure boat right now, with the loveliest songstress and pitax on my arm, and a bottle of the finest Kionin wine to keep us company. Incidentally, I blame you for all of this. Darren lets out a sigh. Well, actually, I think Cousin Galfrey is to blame for everything that's happened to me, and I suppose some of my misdeeds could be considered my own fault. But I can hardly be expected to take responsibility, can I? Certainly not. Therefore, I shall lay all the blame at your door, and plot my revenge. He gives you an innocent smile. Did you also receive a fraction of that unusual power? Looks like it. I genuinely hoped that getting away from you would be the end of it. If your gift truly did come from Iomade, then giving me a smidgen of that power was a very subtle joke on her part. I had no idea that our divine Lightbringer of Mendev even had a sense of humor. Don't get me started on my many acts of sacrilege against her. That obscene engraving, the truth about the test of the Starstone, is the tamest one by far.
Hello again. I'm very pleased to meet you. Thank you for taking the time to talk to me. It's a pity I wasn't there at the Grey Garrison to witness your feats of strength with my own eyes. The flash, however, could be seen miles and miles away. Some people were frightened of it, thinking that the demons had blown up the remains of the keep. I, for one, knew immediately that it was a good sign. The light above the city showed us that there was still hope. My brothers and sisters in faith. They sent me for help and then they saved my life, Commander. If the Prioress hadn't ordered me to escape the city and seek help, I would have died right along with them. Instead, I met Queen Galfrey on my way to Nerosian and hurriedly returned to Canabris, only to find my friends dead on the steps of our desecrated temple. I want to draw them the way they live on in my memory. Wise, beautiful, and loyal to their goddess and their city to the very end. Thank you. I will never forget that I owe them my life. Every minute of it, every breath that I take, is a gift they gave me. Now it's my duty to make sure my friends and tutors did not die in vain. I will honor their sacrifice by making this world a bit more beautiful and kind. Yes, I have a personal request. Before we undertake our journey and leave Canabris behind, I would like to visit Martyr Zacharias' cemetery for a funeral. It's not far from here, and it's important. I would like to pay my respects to my friends from the Temple of Shaylin who died defending the city. Also, if it's not too much trouble, I would like you to come with me to honor their memory. Their friends and family will be at the funeral, and perhaps the commander's personal presence will bring them comfort. I know that you are burdened by many cares right now, so I understand if you can't find the time. But if you could, I would be sincerely grateful. You must be rather busy indeed. Leading a crusade all by yourself is no joke. I still believe that you are up to the task. This war has been raging for 100 years, but you've given us a chance at victory.
I've been muted for how long? Is this what Aero meant by so quiet? Are you peaceful? Oh my golly. Noxie, thank you for the head pats and the hydrate. I was talking so much. Since before you mentioned the Praetors, I was talking, oh, well, maybe Vorinclex is neutral because he's so animalistic. And oh, yeah, Urabrask, he like opened up the whatever to people who didn't want to be completed in their resistance. Oh my gosh. I coughed like 5 minutes ago. Oh, thank you, Noxie. Thank you, Banana. I didn't know that's what you meant by so quiet. Because like the game was also like no music and kind of quiet. I'm gonna explode. Oh, the cough came through. At least the cough came through. You did hear the cough? Oh, okay, good. You must have missed the first mute. Oh, I'm so glad if I unmuted to cough and then muted again.
Yosh.
Glitter dust is fun. Rise curls up in the corner. I'm stuck thinking how long was it? Did I accidentally mute like for a while? Unmute to cough. I think mute again. Thought you muted to cough, but it was unmute, then remute after the cough was overthinking. It was to unmute. You've done that before? I need to keep frantically checking my mic light. Just popping in to say hi. Hi, Noxie. It is good to see you. Thank you. I will try to get to some adventuring before the end of stream.
Yosh.
Oh, thank you, Aero. You need a good way to cook beans. Did you get a praise redeem for Noxie? I do not have a praise redeem. I don't know Noxie super well, but she seems very cool and funny and sweet every moment that I've ever interacted with her. I am taking Mercy Sickened, so my lay on hands cures Sickened. Just cook for you, Noxie is great. Oh. Just eat them out of the tin. I used to do stuff like that. You've died? No! It wasn't even a very good praise. I would like sudden speed, please. Deflect arrows is pretty cool. Oh wait, improved precise shot. Your ranged attacks ignore anything but total concealment and cover. That's incredible. I'll take it. You get weapon specialization longbow for free. Beans literally taste better cold. You know, I don't particularly like beans either way, so I don't really have a dog in this fight. But I do feel that way about pizza, so I could see it happening for beans as well. Haven't you eaten anything today? You should probably have something. I should probably have something too, I suppose. I need to have something with my blocker when I take it. This is Ember. A creature can benefit from this twice in 24 hours. One for each of 2 different conditions. And it can suppress dazzled, fatigued, shaken, or sickened. You know what? I'll take it. Your social battery is slowly coming back, though. That's nice. You'll be fine. Getting up is too much effort. You know what? That's fair. You can have Ember spit venom at our foes. I think a lot of things are immune to poison effects. Otherwise, Stinking Cloud would go extremely hard. You know what? Get Rage. All allies within a 30-foot push. 30-foot burst. Not even willing allies, huh? Because I was just thinking I would love to use that on me. I might still take that, actually. That's Ember's cuteness aggression. You'll be forced to think of any cute threats and all your thoughts jump to extreme and we're really unreasonable, so nothing. You can make extreme and unreasonable threats against Banana. I give you permission. You just gain 2 spells and that's it. The spell economy in this is a little bit ridiculous. You didn't level up. You came the way you are. Dinyo, we didn't level up either. Pathetic puppy. Aw. The office. Then you can learn haste. Yeah, take haste and fireball. Just take the go-to level 3 spells. Never done an office job. That's exciting. Get in your cubicle. Oh my gosh, can we make a little rat cubicle for her? I can't believe I got access to level 3 spells and I chose Spike Pit and Displacement before. You know, normal hole does fine. Why don't we just have every fireball? You can have hole instead of displacement. We'll take a third hole, since we got rid of so many holes. Oh my goodness. Okay, now we can leave. Which, by the way, all of these new spells are not prepared. Leoder, we haven't talked to you yet. Take Bone Fists? Ah, Bone Fists would be pretty good, actually. I didn't even see it in the list. Maybe it was in the not recommended section and I didn't even look at those. I could... Wait, can you cast Bone... You can cast Bone Fists on an animal. Commander, a tall man with piercing yellow-green eyes gives you a brief nod. Let me personally congratulate you on your new title, and thank you for your time in advance. I am Leodor Hawkblade, an Inquisitor of the Church of Ayamade, the Bringer of Light. I require your assistance in a certain delicate matter involving one of your companions, young Count Darin Arinde. Are you one of Prelate Hulrun's followers? Leodor's face freezes for a moment, but he nods. Yes, of course. What's your opinion on his atrocities? Wow, just leading with it. Leodor is silent for a while. Usually, people reveal such things about themselves only to their confessor, not to some curious stranger. Still, I did ask for your help, and that imposes certain obligations upon me. Let me put it like this. I spent enough years by Prelate Hulrun's side to learn how to keep him from going over the line. You're not doing a very good job of it. The Prelate is an extraordinary man, but he has fallen prey to his own paranoia and monumental sense of responsibility, which has gradually eroded his razor-sharp mind. He has witnessed so much hideous darkness that he now sees it in every shadow. Yet his strength was, and still is, a shield for all the people of Mendev. That is my opinion. His comrades and advisors are necessary to prevent him from making unforgivable mistakes. Thank you. It is not an easy topic for me. I'd prefer not to discuss this again. What brings you here? I ask you to assist the Church of Ayamade in an investigation of the utmost importance. I understand that the leader of this crusade has plenty of other matters to attend to, but please, allow me to tell you the details. Perhaps it will explain why I'm calling upon you. The Inquisitor's open face instantly reveals his feelings. He frowns and looks through you, lost in his thoughts for a moment. I suppose that you have already heard about Count Arande's story? I refer to the tragedy at the Heaven's Edge estate. You're going to investigate this old case again, aren't you? Yes, I am. I have several reasons to doubt the widely shared account of what exactly happened at the estate and how it happened. You see, Commander, I was among those sent to examine the estate after the incident. I saw everything with my own eyes, and I still remember it clearly, even though it feels like it happened a lifetime ago. Heaven's Edge was a unique place that still carried the spirit of old Mendev before the World Wound. And yet, on that day, it turned into a labyrinthine house of horrors, like something only seen in our nightmares. Apologies for the digression. I wanted to tell you about my suspicions. Everything about the incident seemed odd. Recap, which we've heard about before. Darin, our oracle, as a child, was... For one of his birthday parties, most of his relatives and acquaintances came for a party at his estate, and they were all found dead by magical plague, I think it was. Except for Darin. They assume it was his magical healing abilities that kept him alive. War stories should have a villain that flips side to your side. It's one of your favorite tropes. It's a pretty good trope. Everything about the incident seemed odd. Why was the only person left alive a young boy with a newfound talent for divine magic? Why did nobody send to Canabras for help, even though the agony spanned many hours? We found the demons dead, with their heads cut off, when we got to the estate. How were they defeated? How did the disease kill even the paladins present at the estate, who are said to be immune to any disease? If the demons had found a way to penetrate the Holy Warrior's defenses, why is this never repeated since the tragedy at Heaven's Edge? You're the only person who can help me here, Commander, because the only living witness to those events is currently serving in your army. Your army's route will take you near the very site of the tragedy. Heaven's Edge has been abandoned and sealed with potent magic throughout all these years, and only the Count has the power to break that seal. He is unlikely to invite an Inquisitor inside, and in any case, he won't like me sniffing around his family seat. But if you, as his commander, express your wish to visit the estate, he will be obliged to fulfill it, and I will simply follow you as one of your attendants. Is this just you? You don't think they should be like a misunderstood villain? Or someone who was evil but then saw the light and became good? They still need to be villainous, just now they're on your side. That actually makes sense. This is a thing that happens in like... Shoot, I only see this happening in like superhero stories. Where it's like... Okay, yeah, I like crime, but... Yeah, you're still thinking about Uraprask? There are 100 ways, 1,000 paths, and a myriad loopholes in human lives that the forces of evil can use to their advantage. I'm not sure which one of those led the demons to the gates of Heaven's Edge, but I do know it wasn't a simple raid, the kind Crusaders face every day. That incident involved a significantly more powerful entity, and that is why I'm asking for your help. We cannot be sure that such a tragedy will not happen again until we uncover the truth. Did you question Darren himself? I did, but the Count insisted he couldn't remember anything about the incident due to severe shock. He saw the demons at the very beginning, when they appeared at the celebration to announce the onset of the plague and mock their victims. He also witnessed the death of his mother. That was all he could tell me. We had found the young Count sleeping like a log on the floor in one of the rear chambers, having drunk about half the family wine cellar all by himself. There's no reason to disbelieve him on that matter. You know what? Reasonable. A lot to think about when it comes to that dog. I love that dog so much. Uraprask. You've already been there several times. What do you expect to find out? I was a young and inexperienced Inquisitor when I first visited Heaven's Edge 10 years ago. My skills have improved significantly since then, and I have paid dearly for it. Yoder makes a vague gesture, pointing at his scars. My arsenal includes many spells and techniques dedicated to gathering information about people and events. Almost all of them require me to be physically present in the place where the event in question happened. Okay, fine, I'll help you. What do you need me to do? Leoder bows his head to you with exceptional reverence. Thank you, Commander. Now I ask you to speak to the Count and tell him that you wish to see Heaven's Edge. Please do not inform him of my presence right away. I'll join your escort when it's time to travel to the estate. When we get there, I will also require your help during the investigation. You'll have to follow me, observing my actions as an independent witness. If you have any other questions, please feel free to ask me. I'll remain here for a while. Okay. Mysterious elf, okay. You again. Well, that was weird.
Follow if you dare.
Woljif, okay. What do you think of my new powers, Woljif? Woljif pauses to think, rubbing his chin. You mean what you did back there? I have a few ideas. We could send you to Pitax's underground arena to fight. Give you a scary name like Swift Sting or something like that. Give you a great cover story. Enemies burn down your house and you're avenging your dead family. The public eats that stuff up. You'll wear a shiny, eye-catching outfit, or a black one if you like black better. We'll split the prize money, 60-40. 60 for me, of course. You know, arranging fights isn't easy. Those people are tough. I'll be taking more risk than you. And after we get set up in Pitax, we'll tour different cities, make some real money. What, you don't like the sound of it? You have any other suggestions? Woljif grins, his yellow eyes lighting up. I got one more. Have you heard about Razmaran? It's some land in the River Kingdoms ruled by King Razmir. A friend of mine used to live in Razmaran. He got out of there as fast as he could. Long story short, this King Razmir of theirs is a god. He keeps his people under his heel. They're all terrified of what he might do. He sits on his throne wearing some white mask, giving power to anyone. Come and take power from me, he says, as long as you believe in me. Woljif quickly checks that no one is eavesdropping. But that friend of mine, the one who fled, has a half-sister on his old man's side, who's a cook in the castle. And a washerwoman who the cook plays cards with in the evenings told her a juicy rumor. Word is, Razmir isn't a real god at all. And he's got no powers. So here's my point. You do have powers, pretty scary ones too. We'll find some shabby little kingdom. I'll start some rumors. You'll show off a few tricks to wow the locals, and that's it. We'll make you a deity. But first, I want you to put it in writing that I'll be your chief advisor. I'm not doing anything just on the nod. I've been there. People promise you mountains of gold, and then when it comes to it, they're all get lost, or I'll set the dogs on you. So, do you like the idea? Interesting idea, but I'll have to think about it. Sure thing, think about it. Just call me if you need me, we'll discuss it. Alright. I'll take a really quick break, but then we can do a little bit more. We may get to adventure a little bit. I'll see you all in just a few. Welcome back. Okay, fine. We'll talk to one more person. Oh, we never talked to her about being a Horgus' daughter. Welcome back, Kaizo. Welcome back, Cassidy. Welcome back, Gairo. You've discovered my most terrible secret. Father cares so much about the Gorm name that he raised me in our mansion, hiding me away from the whole world. I'll always be grateful to my father for everything he's done for me, even if Mindev society disapproves of some of his decisions. Would it be insolent of me to beg your discretion regarding what you know about us? Amelia's words are polite, but her tone grows cold and sharp. Let us keep this our little secret, I assure you. My father and I appreciate loyalty and decency. For both myself and my father, I thank you for your understanding. But a number of interesting implements and accessories. I don't need to ask about that right now. Okay, well, it's unusual. Where'd you get it? Ah, my little trinket. It's so nice of you to notice, but I assure you, this amulet is nothing but a bauble. Can a lady not be drawn to beautiful, useless things? I sure am. What do you think of the powers you received from me? Amelia shrugs nonchalantly. People of noble descent grow accustomed to ample opportunity. The powers I received for you are useful, but I see no point in treating them with excessive piety. Fair enough. You didn't think it was possible for you to like Camellia any less? Oh yeah?
I'm off.
Orga Squirm has been expecting you, thumbs stuck in his belt. There you are. I've been waiting. As you see, I too have joined the crusade. I don't know how to swing a sword, but war is costly, and I have money. Besides, my intellect and business sense may prove useful, even on the battlefield. Besides, I believe I owe you an apology. The way I behaved was rude, ill-mannered. You are an honest and honorable person. You've clawed your way up from the bottom of society to the title of Knight Commander. And you are friends with Queen Galfrey herself. Such persistence deserves respect. Argus tilts his head in a brief acknowledgement of your merits. Please, allow me to give you this magic amulet from my humble personal treasury to mark our future cooperation. I can't make a comment about him suddenly talking to me respectfully now that I have status. I have to go. As soon as you become important, he apologizes sincerely. What a great and upstanding worm. He definitely believes in hierarchies.
There's something here.
Oh. May Canabras be damned. An anonymous pamphlet. Oh, it's... not wrong. Oh, hello, Sarah. The most punishing of the Pathfinder 1E games, is it? He was just slow to recognize what an icon you are. Wrong plane, dummy. That's the doubles one. Oh. Hello, Sarah. How are you doing? Everyone is fatigued, actually. That makes sense. They've been through a lot. It is just the two, right? Kingmaker and Wrath. Oh my gosh. I just want to sleep and leave. A message for the commander. A knight in simple armor lowers his voice. I am the queen's bodyguard. She sent me to tell you she's arrived at camp incognito as planned. You can find her where the minor knightly orders are camped. Come if you wish to speak to her. I'll come at once.
I do what I must.
Oh, Pathfinder 1E deck builder. Do you mean the adventure card game, or is it a video game? It's Rise of the Rune Lords? Wait, that one's also like a board game, right? Might be a video game version of that, you don't know? Oh. Hello, Queen. Queen Galfrey nods to you cordially. Her armor is plain and unadorned. As promised, I enter the ranks incognito along with a few bodyguards. I have introduced myself as Katrina, an old friend of yours. I am a knight of a minor order, the Green Crows. We shall see how long it takes Anivia to sniff me out. Pathfinder Adventures. There is a video game version of the card game? I see, I see. Why'd you decide to join the crusade after all? Because I have a curious mind, and I'm quite unable to sit and do nothing for long. You ask a difficult question. I must remain as safe as possible. My death or abduction would sow chaos among their forces. However, I'm not only a queen, but also a paladin of Iomade. It is not my nature to sit in my palace with my sword sheathed. In a manner of speaking, your request was simply a convenient excuse for me to be where I belong, crusading against the demon hordes. Besides, I am curious to see my new knight commander in action. Maybe more the ROTR. That's a campaign. Rise of the Rune Lords. You heard they even made a tabletop RPG based on Pathfinder? Whoa, that's wild. It's impressive what they manage these days. I have a question for you as well. Why did you wish me to join on the crusade? I just wanted to see if you'd do it, honestly. Is it fair for you to send us to our deaths while you stay safe in the castle? What a thing to say to somebody. Your presence will boost the soldiers' morale. How about I don't? As tempting as it is. I've learned so much about Queen Galfrey from Chronicles or Legends. What about the other Queen Galfrey, the one historians and bards cannot see? That Galfrey is an old woman weighed down by a great burden. But she has not lost her passion. And she will make the feathers fly when the time comes. You make it sound great. Mindev's lucky to have such a queen. I'll flatter her. And I'm twice as lucky, for she's agreed to fight by my side. She arches an eyebrow. Strange, you say agreed to fight by my side. What I hear is agreed to go on a date. I specifically didn't take the flirtier option. I really think you're the first person to attempt to charm me with such words. You're not. If you want to impress me, you'll need to do better than that. I should go. The errand is complete. Now we can sleep. We can sleep and perhaps see the outside.
What's it like to sleep on the ground and subsist on rations? It must seem like torture to you. Nobles wouldn't normally sink so low.
What a jerk. He wasn't saying anything.
Hardly. Do you know how my antecedents amassed all the wealth I now enjoy? They slept on the ground and subsisted on rations until they got what they wanted.
Almost certainly not true. I want to take Saciel with us. We can give him our nice glaive. You can have the dark glowy scythe, Sela, just for now. You can have half plate of vigor. Wherever this amulet uses a hex, the DC of the saving throw is increased by 1. Neat. Thing can be so spiteful. He can be. Don't recall if it happens if you go with him through the shield maze. He said some nasty things when you went with him. Yeah. Sometimes he says some pretty rough stuff, to be honest. Do I want to try 2-weapon fighting? I actually kind of don't. But I took the feat, so I'll be more ready.
We do it my way.
Now we'll leave. We can drop Ember for Saciel. It's intentional, like the devs are playing into the half human, half monster. Oh, I never thought of it like that. You're so clever. So, this is what I was talking about with the Crusade part. We can get into all of this next time, I think. And we'll at least do the cemetery with Saciel. We can close this out with a funeral. An elderly man limps toward a grave and clumsily throws a handful of soil inside. How unfair. They were all so young. They had their whole lives ahead of them. They sacrificed themselves. And an old cripple like me still lives. He thought about it because at one point in dialogue when he was getting mean, they emphasized that his lizardly side was tensing up or something. I see. I never noticed that. An elven woman with her face bathed in tears steps up to the grave. She whispers, "The painting. It burned like everything else in the house. There's nothing left for me to remember you by, nothing." The young man throws a handful of soil into the open grave and stands beside it for a while, lost in thought. Finally, he sighs and steps back. The 4-enemy party has 2 attacks. That's not fair. Aww. Did you take Lan with you? You're still in the shield maze, right? Saciel throws a handful of soil into the grave in front of him. He takes a breath and prepares to speak. But it seems that he simply cannot find the right words. The cleric wipes his tear-filled eyes, gathers his resolve, and says in a gentle voice, "I wish you a warm welcome in Shaylin's realm. We will win this war, I swear to you. We'll banish the ugliness and evil and make the world richer and let peace blossom in it. We'll make sure anything like this... He He breaks into sobs mid-sentence and then falls silent without finishing his declaration. Well, thank you for everything you've done for us. I'm gonna be respectful at the freaking funeral. Sasio was too absorbed to hear you in his grief, but the other mourners nod in approval, wiping their teary eyes. They're good people. Can't believe they're gone. What is that? An elven woman shrieks in horror, disrupting the atmosphere of the silent mourning. Her trembling hand points at something moving inside a grave. Suddenly, a corpse climbs out of the ground, wafting a horrible stench from its rotting body. Oh, hey, there he is. Wind Dog. Did you go with Lan or Wind Dog? You're a special chaotic being, Wind Dog. I see. It's a zombie, run! I never expected this in a funeral in a fantasy game. Sometimes this game is so not serious. Sometimes it starts incredibly somber and then just goes incredibly not serious. We have 4 fireballs every single day at level 6.
You've crossed the wrong mongrel.
Why would you walk over to come specifically to me? I mean, I appreciate it.
Into the fray!
Oh yeah, she's got a scythe. I thought I gave her a scythe. Why does she have... They don't have a model for a scythe? Yeah, also this isn't a great thing to be using here because it deals negative damage. But we'll be fine. See, look, she took someone out with it.
Cover me, all right?
I wasn't sure if you could sneak attack zombies, to be honest. Can I move on to dog? That's fine, thank you.
Don't hold back.
Whack 'em. They're all just like coming up to say hi. As a matter of fact, actually, we can channel positive energy and just damage a bunch of the undead. I forgot about that until just a second ago. It's probably because of the negative energy site that I remembered you could do that. That's fine.
Won't survive me.
Lan's arrows are bombs when they take an enemy out now. With a heavy heart, Sasio looks at the corpses of his friends, returned to rest by his own hand. No, they're still there. What is this twisted mockery? Who could possibly... Wait, what's this? He bends down and recovers something from the ground. Take a look at this. Salciel hands a black onyx gem to you. Once precious, the stone is now covered in cracks, falling apart in your grip as you examine the engraved Minotaur's head, the unholy symbol of Baphomet. The cleric's voice, perplexed at first, fills with rage as he speaks. Cultists. Simply murdering my friends was not enough for them. No, they had to come to the funeral and desiccate their graves. And you just give a negative energy site to a companion and have them follow you in combat, smacking you over and over. I mean, technically, I don't know if it would work. Isa, do you know if that would heal someone with negative energy affinity? To be smacked. You'd still have to take the scythe damage, unfortunately. I'm sorry you had to go through with this. Or you had to go through this. Thank you. I'd already said goodbye to them. Seeing them again in that form. Kaylin is my witness. It was not easy. Wait, the townspeople fled the undead without knowing they have a traitor among them. Wherever they are, they're in great danger. Don't you mean grave danger? I'm not checking for things to rob from the graves. I'm just seeing if there's any perception checks around here for things that might be on or near the graves that I can take.
Follow if you dare.
Open this damn door. Please, somebody open the door. You know what? I'll do that. Why not? But after I check this.
Aren't I?
See, now I'm grave robbing.
This is my kind of work.
Hey, that one wasn't a grave. That was a tomb, actually.
This is my kind of work.
The half-rotten corpse of a woman shambles out of the crypt. She leers at you with her empty eye sockets and croaks out a few words. Thank the gods, you... And thank you, too. I knew this was going to happen someday. They buried me alive. I hate to break it to you, but you're actually dead. How dare you? What utter foolishness. Do I look like a corpse to you? No, no, no. You forget yourself. You should be ashamed to say such things to, The dead Baroness wags her finger at you in a chastigating manner, but cuts herself short, staring at her own hand in horror. What? How? This simply can't be. I shan't permit it. I'm afraid it's true. I am truly sorry. This graveyard was desecrated by a necromancer. It seems that he disturbed your rest as well. I'm gonna start going off topic, but then notice the timer. I'm sorry. I mean, feel free. I want to finish up this map at least. So I died, but even in death, the accursed servants of the abyss torment me. Can nothing be done? Perhaps you could lay me to rest? I quite enjoyed my life in this world, but now there's no place for me here, not in this miserable form. Would you like to pass along any words of comfort to your friends or family while you're here? That good-for-nothing band of hangers-on? Most certainly not, thank you very much. I'm reasonably confident they've already brought my estate to ruin and squander the fortune I bequeath to them. They'll have to do without my missives, spare us both that indignity and embarrassment. I would still be in the company of those I truly care for, were it not for your discourteous sorcerer and his parlor tricks. How'd you awaken? Do you remember anything? Allow me a moment to think. Seems like it. Yes, indeed. I awoke because I heard a voice. They were reciting poetry, or a prayer, perhaps. I suppose there were spells, then? It must have been your thrice-damned necromancer. Ah, well. Rest in peace. Thank you. Do feel free to take my burial jewelry. Those pieces are dreadfully out of fashion where I'm going anyway. Oh, we received a golden chain with diamonds. I'm gonna complain about Stellaris' DLC for a few minutes. I have no bearing on that, but, like, be my guest. We have 6 Scorching Rays. We can use a Scorching Ray. Rude.
The light, take you.
Casters were already extremely strong in Pathfinder. What if they just had like 4 more spells per level?
I'm off.
Mind over muscle. The light. They are the darkness.
Oh, they're all just like right there.
Stab you or zap you? Why not both?
You just give the short version. Lan's just going to destroy them all because of his like cleaving arrow ability or whatever it's called.
I am your end.
We did 94 damage with our spear. It's gonna be so hard to pass that up for 2 open fighting, but it only happens on a charge.
Endure this!
Incredible.
The inheritor, guide my blade.
Whenever they come out with a new DLC. Wait, looks like they're waiting for us. There's a whole squad of undead guarding the door. Maybe we should look for another entrance. Whenever they come out with a new DLC, there's always a theme. But they also add mechanics and content that doesn't fit to the theme. And that arguably should be in the base game. I getcha. It's to entice the players who aren't interested in the theme. It is the sliver hive pool. It is the good non-acorn card in your silver border set.
Thanks, Lan. You're so awesome, Lan.
I'll pick the lock.
Pretty good, aren't I?
We need to pass an athletics check to climb a ladder.
Mongrel did it.
It's also there to justify a higher price. Yeah. And it's like, I get it, but I also see where it's frustrating. Bossiel, we could have like we could have like fireball down there. How are you doing all this? The action economy on that was bananas. It's the end of your blasphemous magic. I won't let you harm the living or the dead anymore. You think I need your permission? Hey, you bone bags. Stand up and kill. Love how he calls them bone bags. Why did you steal your action economy? It's everyone's action economy. You have to share.
To battle, my my friends. Make every strike count.
I'll take out this archer, I suppose. Oh, there's others. That makes sense. You know what? Still good. I said it was yours, though. Oh! I guess I did, huh? I did literally say that's Banana's action economy. I can still sneak attack that guy. He hasn't taken a turn yet. Got him. I tricked him. I shook Woljif at him as a frustrating target.
You've crossed the wrong mongrel.
I surrender. I killed you. Stop. I give up. Don't hit me. The young man in black robes throws his hands up in a dramatic gesture. You damned rat. How dare you? Suddenly, Salciel becomes a totally different person. The artist's delicate hands clench into fists, while his voice comes out as a menacing roar. He leaps at the necromancer and breaks his nose with a single blow. Jeez. You scumbag! I remember you. You came to our temple begging for healing just a month ago. We fed you. We shared our table with you and took you in. Then you... I don't even know what I'm going to do with you. Or do to you, even. Stop it, I surrender, you're... Salciel ignores the necromancer's cries of pain, punching him right in the teeth. He spits blood, but continues, fighting past the wild blows to his increasingly bruised and busted face. You're a priest of Shaylin. I surrendered. You have to spare my life. Your goddess demands it. Is he telling you the truth? Your religion doesn't allow you to kill him? Yes. The Eternal Rose is known for her grace. She teaches us to show mercy to anyone who asks for it. It's one thing to slay an enemy in battle, but a captive. You must try to save their soul, to show them the beauty of the world, persuade them to abandon the path of evil. Difficult, but the world is better for it. Oh my gosh, thank you so much for the follow. I'm just repeating your own sermons back to you. Come on, Salciel. Try to make me repent my sins. Perhaps your kind words will make me abandon Baphomet's teaching. Run to Shaylin for redemption and start knitting some masterpieces of my own. The cultist smirks impudently. Stop, Salciel. It's not worth breaking your goddess's vows because of filth like him. Salciel looks at the battered necromancer's face and his bloodied hands in disgust. He slowly lowers and unclenches his fists. Thank you for stopping me. I almost broke my vows because of this. I had absolutely no idea there was so much rage in me. It's a shame, a disgrace. But I must admit that I enjoyed beating him. Forgive me for letting you see me like this. It should never have happened. Salciel wipes the necromancer's blood off his knuckles and steps away from him. You are the commander, and he is your captive. It's up to you to decide his fate. I surrender. Here, take everything I've got. Just don't kill me. I am not going to goad him into killing him. I'm not going to set him free either. I'll send a messenger with orders to imprison the cultist. His deeds will be punished to the fullest extent of the law. It's such a nerd thing to do, but come on. What map is this? This is Zacharias's cemetery for the first thing that Sauciel asks you to join, or asks you to do. Yes, that's the right thing to do. The cleric lets out a sigh of relief. Thank you. Sauciel examines the devastated graveyard, then diverts his attention to the terrified townspeople. It's all right. You're safe now. We should bury the bodies again. This is a place of peace, and we must not leave it desecrated like this. You never got the cultists, that's why you were confused. Oh, I see. The townsfolk are clearly terrified of even looking at the fallen undead, but Sauciel's soft words reassure them. As they work together, the graveyard soon regains its tranquil appearance. After a prayer, Sauciel bows his head before the graves of his friends for the last time. May the eternal rose grant them peace at last. Let's be on our way. We have many more innocents to protect from the horrors of this war. Oh. We got to meet Sauciel. We got at least a little bit of adventuring in. I'd like to save, actually. That was almost a disaster.